I'm part of the team here at Cafe Plug. We make some of the best coffees in town. No, honestly, I'm a barista, I should know. What makes it fun here is the team, the hotel, and how it allows us to celebrate our passion outside of work. Choosing one passion over the other is kind of a very emotional thing for every person, especially for me. At Pullman, I don't have to do that, thanks to our 5-day work week. 2 days off every week to do whatever we want, whatever we love. There's a big match coming up this week. I've trained well enough, I think, but I'm still a little nervous. After all, being captain for Delhi Deaf and Mute cricket team is no small task. I've faced a lot of difficulties in life, but if you don't celebrate what you have, you'll lose everything that's left. I'm Tamkin. I'm a artist at Pullman. And I'm here to celebrate you.
Dots are everywhere. Each with a story to tell. Some dots are about a beginning, and others an end. Some dots make us live. Some make us love. Some dots give us hope. Some don't. Some dots make us move. Some make us stop. Some dots reflect religion. Others, a relation. Some dots bring victory. Others create history. Some dots give us life. Others simply tell a story of peace, valor, culture, honor, power, pride, and identity. Every dot has a story. Connecting facts, connecting stories, connecting lives, connecting dots. ITV Network.
Your one-stop news destination. Most reliable. Direct. Fast. Accurate. NewsX. Always on.
Cricket. For me, everything revolves around cricket. It's my passion, my motivation, my life. My name is Tamkin, Muhammad Tamkin, and I'm a state-level cricket player. I've pursued my love for cricket since I was 10 years old. And it's finally brought me to the stage of being the leader and captain for the Delhi team. I play cricket every weekend with my friends and also join the team during tournaments and competitions. There's only one thing I love as much as my cricket.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a pleasant round table here. I know everybody's still having lunch. We are running about 5 to 10 minutes behind, but I do want to mention the names of the speakers so they can get ready for the session. Our session right now is in conversation with startups and entrepreneurs. So I'll say the name of the speakers. If you're here, please join us on stage and we'll begin in just a few minutes. Bershan Shah, Dareen Abu-Lail, Irene Ochem, Khadijatu Mansaray, Madhulika Makar, Nyota Babunga, Oladunni Pooja Kumar, Priti Gulati, Visham Sikand. So if I can just have the speakers come onto stage and we'll start just in a few more minutes. Thank you.
Change our moods, change our hormones, change our emotions, change our thoughts, change our situations, change. We all change. Change is the nature of nature. Mother Nature embraces change. Mother Nature drives the change. Mother Nature is equipped for change. Change, she says, is your growth. Change, she says, is your evolution. Change, she says, is life living itself. Do not fear change. just embrace it. My creation has everything you will ever need to adapt to any change. My creation works for you. My plants, my herbs, my fruits, my greens, my trees, my winds, my waters, my seeds, they are all alive to help you, support you, prepare you. They are like a million mothers taking care of you every second of your lives. Holding the secrets to your health, harmony, and joy. Secrets that science is discovering now, yet secrets uncovered by our seers thousands of years ago as Ayurveda, the knowledge of nature, the power of nature, the love of nature, the infinity of nature, the soul of nature. Come home to nature. Come home to Ayurveda, where the source of love is a way of life. Bhag Ayurveda, embracing Mother Nature. Change, the only constant in life.
Bershan Shah, Executive Leadership Coach, Motivational Speaker from the USA. Dareen Abu-Lail, she is from Jordan. Irene, Ochem. Khadijatu, Mansaray. Madhulika, Makar. Nyota, Babunga. Oladunni, Pooja Kumar. Priti, Gulati. Visham, Sikand. Come, ma'am. We might just have to do a one-on-one with you. Come on. I'm still waiting for speakers.
I don't need it. I don't need a crowd.
You need a crowd. You just don't need.
No, I don't need it. I don't need another group.
Yeah, there you go. Just one.
So you want to see me?
Chalo, you want to sit, and I'll call.
Okay.
So since we only have one speaker for now, I'm still waiting for the other speakers to come. You can finish your lunch. I know there's still round table discussion happening, but can we just get some attention over onto the stage? We are going to start with In Conversation with Startups and Entrepreneurs. Bershan Shah. She's an executive leadership coach and motivational speaker from the USA. A big round of applause for Ms. Shah. Come on up. Where in the USA are you?
New York City.
New York City. Wonderful.
Hello, New Delhi. Hello. How are you? Hello.
Hi, sir. How are you?
The mic isn't on. Is it? No. No. Hey, there we go. Okay. Hello? No, it's... Okay. Oh, yes. Now, hello, New Delhi. Hello. How are you? All right. Come on. Hello. And I'm so happy to be in New Delhi because I have to tell you, I love the food. The food is amazing. The people are great. The energy is electrifying. And it's great to be in a room with women connecting with one another, empowering each other, inspiring each other, and uplifting each other. So let's give ourselves a hand for that. Yes, WEF. It's amazing. It's amazing. So this session is about startups. It's about entrepreneurship. And it's about taking off with your dreams. So my name is Bershan Shaw. I am an international motivational speaker, executive business coach, author, and TV personality. And I'm here because I love helping women step into their greatness in their leadership position, in their businesses, small business, or corporate America. So let me tell you my 5 steps. Is everyone listening? Come on. You know what? Let's just get every one of you. Are you stepping into your greatness? Or are you living in fear? Fear is false evidence appearing real. Are you judging yourself? Are you criticizing yourself? Do you self-sabotage yourself? Do you tell yourself you're not enough because you're not from the right Indian family, from the right neighborhood? You're not educated enough. You don't have the right money. You don't have the right connections. Are you telling yourself that? Or are you really living in your truth? Entrepreneurship, startups. Everyone's afraid of doing a startup, and everyone's afraid because they think they're going to fail, right? Come on. Yes. You're not going to fail. And if you do fail, learn and grow from it. Learn and grow from it. Warren Buffett says he won't invest in a company unless they fail 3 times. You know why? Because that means that if they failed 3 times, they have learned the growing pain. They understand it. So let me tell you, startups, ladies, 5 things. My acronym is DDCA. D. You have to make a decision that you want to do it. You have to make a decision and do it. You see, we say we want to open a company, we want to start a found up, we want to do this, we want to start a startup. I have a funny story. I have an aunt who thinks that everyone took her idea of the mini cupcakes. She's still talking about the mini cupcakes. She was talking about it 9 years ago. But it's not your idea if you're not executing on it. It's in your head. You see, while you're thinking about it, hoping for it, wishing for it, praying for it, somebody else is doing it. The mini cupcakes are not her. It's the person who executed and took action. The other D, you have to be dedicated. How many people out there are dedicated for their business? Raise your hand. Now, you know everybody's hand is not up in this room. That's a problem. You're in an organization, you're not dedicated. I'm going to ask this question one more time. How many people out there are dedicated in their business? Exactly. That's the type of passion I should hear. I should hear people on the floor doing cartwheels up and down. Because you should be dedicated for your business. You traveled all the way to India to connect. You better be dedicated. Or it's an expensive hobby and you're wasting time. Dedicated. Everyone in this room needs to be dedicated if you are in business as an entrepreneur or a startup. You have to be dedicated in what you want to do. You can't let anyone stop you. Dedication is what drives you to success. Dedication. Then D. This is a good one. Discipline. How many people, come on, raise your hand, are really disciplined in your business? Now, the hands went down, right? So why are you not disciplined in your business? Then you have to reassess and reevaluate your business goals. If you're not disciplined every week and holding yourself accountable to moving forward in the next week, then you have a problem. Then you need to hire a coach. Me. No. But no, you really have to be disciplined in your business. You have to understand that discipline breeds habits. You don't want to go back to habits where you're not executing anything. Discipline, discipline, discipline. And then C, you have to be committed to your goals. Oprah Winfrey says success starts with commitment. If you are not committed to your goals, then why do you have them? We say we want to open a business. We say we want to open a tech firm. We say we want to be a hedge fund manager. We say we want to own our own bakery. We say we want to own a clothing store. We say we want to own an executive coaching business. But are you really committed? Are you willing to work 24/7? Are you willing to do the things that no one else is willing to do? That's commitment. When you're really willing to work overtime, when you have to stay up until 4 a.m. and not sleep, when you see that your competition is moving ahead and you're not doing the assessment and the work and you're not looking at them. Commitment. The last one is A. Come on, you guys. This is take action. Take action, take action. The reason that people don't succeed in life is because, one, they don't have someone to hold them accountable, and two, I am a warrior. 1, 2, 3. I am a warrior. Thank you so much.
I didn't even want to let you be off the stage. You've created such awesome energy on stage right now. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Shah. Executive leadership coach, motivational speaker, all the way from New York. Thank you for being with us. Now, I'm going to say, I know a few of the speakers are here. I've said the name twice, so if you're a speaker, please make your way here. I will do an introduction once you're here. Fair enough. If you're a speaker, please come to stage, and because I want my next speaker to speak. So if you're one of the speakers for this session, please make your way to the stage, and then I will introduce you. Next up, we have Mr. Visham Sikand, all the way from, well, he's from India. Serial entrepreneur. He looks very foreign. Where are you from? From India? From Delhi. Okay, from the house. So please come on stage and share a few words with us. Would you like this mic? Wonderful.
Hi, everybody. I know most of you are still having lunch. Let me clarify, I'm not a girl, okay? So still on the stage. Okay, so my name is Visham Sikand. The boring part of the introduction. It's really unfair to talk after a person like her, obviously, with all the energy like that. I can't make you stand, especially I can't order girls over here to stand up for me. Okay, quick background from Harvard Business School, typical Indian kid, study all the time, and set up 2 companies, was able to exit them. The last company got bought out by a Forbes 50 company, so became the youngest chairman to a Forbes 50 company in India at the age of 32. All went right, and wanted to share my story of entrepreneurship, a little different from probably the most of the entrepreneurs you will meet across the world. Didn't take any funding, by the way, in case anybody thinks that I'm here because I paid for it. Didn't take any funding for any of the companies. You know what, when I was a geek at school, so typical, if some of you are from India, they would know that the first introduction a kid does in India is, which school are you from? What college have you done? Are you married? What's your salary? So that's typical India, okay? And I love it, by the way. I love it because they're so open about it. And the bad part, okay, is that half the school in India are theoretical. So I was one of the theory guys. Complete geek. Didn't know how to talk to someone else. Typical, again, scored well. Entrance exams in India, millions of people apply for the entrance exam. If you get through, your parents are happy, they tell the neighbors. And got through one of the good colleges. And there I realized that, you know what, if I'm from Delhi, I speak better English than most of the other engineering classmates over here. So that's where I realized this new thing in me, I call it the power of hi. And which I started saying hi to all my seniors, because that's the only comfortable English word I knew. So I was like, oh, hi to my senior. I used to always forget names. So I was like, hi boss, hi dude, how are you doing? And that's where the personality changed for me. From being a complete geek to becoming an extremely extrovert. Congratulations for first of all being a part of this. But you have taken that first step for sure. I'm sure you have taken. But this
as a confidence platform, it helps. So if you're afraid of something, go and do it. Try it out. And if you're nervous about something, go and do it, because that's when you'll grow. That's when you know that's something that you're not comfortable with and you do it. That's when you're taking the next step into being successful in anything that you do. So thank you for sharing that story. It was really, really beautiful. A big round of applause for you. We have our next speaker. I also want to request, if you're a speaker on this panel, I have said the names 2 or 3 times. So if you're a speaker, please come and join us and I will introduce you on stage. Thank you very much. Next we have Ms. Pooja Kumari. She's the founder of Jogo app. She's from India. A big round of applause. Let's welcome her and hear about her app story. Would you like to come up or would you like to come up on stage?
All right, so I'll just move in.
Just move it closer to your...
Yeah. So hi there, I'm Pooja Kumar, founder of Jogo app, which is a gamified one-stop health fitness app to get fit the fun way. So, the vision here for us is to solve largely sedentary lifestyle issues. So as we all know, urban India brings with it loads of problems, including sedentary lifestyle. And the statistics say 80% of the urban population globally is today suffering from sedentary lifestyle issues. And if you can do that, means you can do a lot more, right? So we translate that, and that's what we would like to have a lot more people experience today. A lot of us are stuck to laptops, electronic devices, but that's what we are trying to change here. That, get out there and get active and play. And it's also a legacy which otherwise we will leave for our children. Because, children don't become what you want them to become. They actually become you. So if you are going to be sedentary, they're going to be sedentary. If you're going to be sitting in front of electronic devices, they will do exactly that. So I think somewhere it's also a responsibility for us, because obesity in the child category is in fact an even growing problem. And that's not what we want to leave the world with. And that's really what we are trying to do. So I think, what I'm trying to do is connecting the dots in terms of where I am today and what inspired me. And somewhere, I've probably been an entrepreneur at heart for the longest time. So I started my career with American Express. And I used to have my offices in Manhattan and Gurgaon, posh places here. But at Amex, I just felt like, I'm a spoke in the wheel. I'm just incrementally just surviving. I mean, I don't have to push myself to really do well, is the sense I got there. Or I wasn't really making an impact. I'm being very candid. I don't think I was making that sort of impact that I was capable of, I thought somewhere. And that's where, this entire financial inclusion movement came around. And I was quite inspired by it. Those were early days in India, nearly about 15 years back now. And I started to work with a company called Ujjivan, which was in the urban space. And that for me was literally from my office shifted from Manhattan and Gurgaon to Madangir, which is a slum in Delhi. And that's what I did. For a year, I helped set up operations for that company. It was an extremely fulfilling experience for me and something I would value for the rest of my life, because 1 year of, working at the grassroots level was so insightful. And I don't think I could have done that, now. A lot of people, used to envy me at that point and say that, oh, you can do this. We wish we could. And now I understand. It takes a different sort of adventure to do that. And that's where I was. And then, it was a very labor-intensive job, and somewhere I thought that we needed technology. And that's when my first venture in a lot of ways happened, which was the mobile telephony, trying to bring that into India. And I mean, in that bottom of pyramid segment where that becomes a way to enable people to get financially included. And that venture is called Echo. And we tried to recreate the M-Pesa in India about now 9 years back. So we were pretty much the pioneers of mobile money transfers in India. And that was itself a very intensive journey. About 8 years is what I spent there. And besides the challenges of working with startups, it was also working with regulators. And the fintech space, or rather in the financial space in India, you would probably empathize it as a very, very tough job. So, so that's what I did from Amex, moved to Jeevan, and then it was really about this personal passion. And in a lot of ways, I'm here bringing all of my startup experience to my personal passion. And I would say it's been the toughest journey so far for me. Because earlier I was working for a startup, and here I created, it's my startup. Okay, and it's been very, very intense. And unlike what people think that, it would be fun and all of that, I think that's probably 20%, but 80% it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of belief and self-belief more than anything else. And, I'll just say that I've survived. I've survived, I've grown. We've had very tough moments. Sometimes, you really don't know why things are happening the way that they are. In a lot of ways, we started when when the startup doom was happening. So 2015 end is when the cycle of the startup. So there was this entire exuberance about the startup ecosystem in India, which was probably from 2012 right up 2013 to about 2015, and we started. And 2015 is when it started to slow down, and that's the point we were born. And it's been very tough because you're born with the dreams of what you think should happen, but you face reality. And I've been an optimist at heart, so I always take the positives and say that, if you're born in tough times, probably you will become tougher than otherwise. So that's really been the journey. It's been tough. It's been, ups and downs. You oscillate between, feeling ecstatic and feeling, feeling like killing yourself at times, right? Or the other person across. So it's exciting, and I think for those of us who believe in growing, entrepreneurship is one short way of doing that. So I'd encourage a lot of you to kind of, become entrepreneurs and chase your dreams, irrespective of success or failure. Actually, there isn't any success or failure. This is just a part of the journey, and it's the important part is, are you enjoying the journey? So that's it.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kumar. Fantastic. You've worked with such large organizations, and you think that, oh yeah, they're all doing well and they're all doing so good, but they all sometimes have troubles, and then they grow from that. So thank you for sharing that, and thank you for letting us know that you had failed at some point, and you figured, I am not the one that's going to fail. I will revive from it. So thank you. Please have a seat. I will get my next speaker, who's just joined us, Vimo Kitawa. She is from Nairobi. She has an organization called Mama Ventures Group that works with slums in Nairobi. And I'll get more about that in a second. Welcome. How are you? A big round of applause.
I think, good afternoon. I'm still a bit time warped. How are you?
Fantastic.
How are you guys? How's the lunch? I would expect that after that beautiful lunch would be energetic and looking forward to this experience. Hi, Dorothy. Dorothy is one of my great friends from Kenya, so I'm glad to see you here. So my name is Wemo Kitawa. I think this is the one place that I've been, that I've seen the word failure being thrown around as a compliment. And I think this is beautiful, that we are taking the negative as what our businesses have done. I'm a tenderpreneur, I'm a photopreneur, we have the preneur suffix to everything that we do, which is great. This means that we are rebels and we're not sticking to the rules, and that's why we will thrive. So the first thing I did was reflect. And by reflecting, I drew what is called a life map. A life map is you draw your life from conception to where you are. And you look at the great big life goals that you've gone through. This is the positives, the negatives that we all look past, but actually define the person that you are today. This means that that time that you failed in preschool, or that time you didn't make it for the athletics team because you couldn't catch your breath like me, that moment actually defines you. And we have the tendency of throwing those failures under the bed and saying, you know what, I am great. But these things actually stay within us. So reflect, draw your life map, and you will realize at what point did you realize that you wanted to be who you are. For me, the point of change was when I had just finished my Form 4. And as the story is with most of us, our parents have, I was having this conversation over lunch, they want the best for us. So I studied all my years to become a doctor. And I qualified to be a doctor. And then I saw a dead body and blood and realized, no, that's not for me. So I dropped out of med school and decided to pursue preventive medicine. I mean, that's close to being a doctor, right? I can still see a doctor and say, that's my colleague. It's as close as I can get. So that was the point I defined it, because I realized I didn't have anyone drawing my life map and telling me what I wanted to be. And I did not find a solution for myself early enough. So I realized, because I found a solution early enough, well, compared to my peers, not let the rest of my peers keep staying at the same level. Secondly, I had been through relationships where I was being abused, but I didn't know I was being abused. So this, coming out of that and becoming a confident woman and standing straight, I mean, I'd always been confident, but there's certain things that again happen along your life map and they stop you from thriving. So I approached that and I said, how many women out there are going through the same thing that I am? So I decided that Mama Ventures is going to be a social enterprise that works with women who are victims of gender-based violence, and we want them to be economically empowered through their skills, their talents, and their passions. And these women will not just be given, handed life, they have to work for it. So we meet these women and we nurture them, we inspire them, we share our good and bad experiences. But we're not just gossiping. Everyone says women gossip, but we make it great gossip. And this gossip makes them thriving businesswomen and thriving entrepreneurs. As much as they come from the slums, they're powerful and they don't want to be handed things. They actually want to work. So that is Mama. And finally, to be able to finish as to what the solutions are, you have to get down and get your hands dirty. You have to get dirty. We look pretty right now. I can see everyone has their favorite dress, including me. Yeah, we have the best dress that we had to pick out from our closet. But you have to get down and get dirty. And only then will you realize your dream, because only you know what your dream is made of, not the next person. And you knowing your dream through analyzing your life map, this means that your dream will never die, because there's a reason why you're running your business. There's a reason why you're doing what you do. So that's how I would like to share with you on how to find solutions through adversity. Thank you.
Thank you. How inspiring are you? Amazing. You know, you said it so perfectly. You have to get on the ground and do the work, and that's when you'll know your passion and if you want to do it or not. So thank you for coming all the way and sharing the story with us, and we want to see you grow each and every year with us. Welcome. I will have our next speaker and our last speaker for this session. I'll invite Ms. Priti Gulati to come up on stage. She is from India. She's the founder of Expertise. Here we go.
Hi. Thanks for having me here. And just to, say whether you say expertise or expertise, it doesn't matter because it actually points to the same direction. So I'm happy. So just to share with you my journey, my story, I've been 23 years a banker and a retail banker, a treasury dealer, a debt market specialist, having worked with banks like Punjab National Bank and then with Merrill Lynch. And then I transited on to becoming a businesswoman. So, the transition was great, and mostly it came from my self-belief. And I think it was a little bit of a challenge to myself, saying, okay, there are issues and problems in the workplace. Okay, can I challenge myself and say that if I did it myself, those challenges, will I be able to overcome them? And that's how I just kind of transited into becoming an entrepreneur. So the three things that kind of stayed with me all through my work life and now as a businesswoman. And some of it, you've already said, most of them, and I completely resonated with you. One and the most important for me is my self-discipline, my principles. And that has stood with me. And, I've had a very, very comfortable life. I've been born to family who gave me good education, and I've been within the best of the worlds. However, as you go along your life and you face the daily challenges, every day it's a situation of, do you want to take the right path or do you want to take the easy path? And my discipline always said, take the right path no matter how hard. And I've moved through life with that one discipline. And that also leads me to be a very, very systematic, structured person. And the interesting thing is that, there have been times when I've been a saleswoman and I'm not a salesperson at all. And how do I become a businesswoman if I'm not street savvy and I'm not a pure businesswoman? I've been in the service world all through. The one thing that has stood by me is my systematic nature. Coupled with my next pointer, which I want to talk about, is perseverance. And that's one thing that has stood me all through and has brought me right up till here. I'm a firm believer of action. Again, I was hearing you speak and I was like, it was almost like me speaking there. And that's what's really pulled me through. My perseverance, every time I've come through a stumbling block, I've got right up there and got back into action immediately. And so coupled with perseverance and my self-discipline, that's what's taken me and transited me from being a regular working person into being an entrepreneur. And stays with me. And the third is, of course, the power of who I am as a person, my self-belief. And the other interesting thing about transitioning from being a working person to an entrepreneur is that it's a belief that you have to reckon with every day. And you are who you are, and I am who I am today because of my belief in myself. And that's the one thing that has, again, pulled me through. Always believe in yourself. So, when we talk about successful people and no success and persons who have not been successful, well, there are other facets to it. But the one thing is the action. Do you believe in it? Then just go out and do it. Because if you don't do it, then nothing's going to happen. Do you throw that ball in the universe? It'll come right back. For every step of my early days as an entrepreneur, I would take one step forward and one back. And the one thing what pulled me back always onto course was whenever I did the action, my one step forward, it would always pull me right back onto my path. And that is where, my sense of discipline and perseverance and hard work has pulled me through. So today, as an entrepreneur, I got into the employability for the banking industry because I thought a lot of people didn't get jobs in the banking industry. So I thought, let me train people from the lower and middle income group and get them jobs in the banking industry. And that also got me into another facet of recruiting, proctoring, designing and proctoring exams, competitive exams. So
thank you so much. This is a wonderful honor, all the way from New York City here, and getting this award. I iconic woman creating a better world for all. Yes, thank you. And if you want more business strategies, please, I'll see you at my session today at 4:45. Be a warrior in your life. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, you want to...
Next, we have Pooja Kumar. She's the founder of Jugo app from India. Next, I have Miss Priti Gulati, founder of Expertise from India. Big round of applause for Priti. Next, I have Mr. Visham Sikand, serial entrepreneur from Delhi, India. A big round of applause for Visham. And our last and final award is for Vimo Kavita. She's with the Mama Ventures Group, Nairobi. Iconic leaders creating better world for all. A big round of applause for all of the awardees. I'll get you just go and take one Ladies and gentlemen, our next session is Understanding Global Governance, Business Ethics, and Changing Geopolitics Equations. So we will be calling upon the speakers just in a minute, and we will start right away. Please do not go anywhere. This is going to be a very informative and very, very good session for this afternoon. So just a few minutes.
Good afternoon. I'm going to just announce the names of the speakers, and if you're here, please join us on the stage. I know Arzu Ozyol is here. Welcome, Arzu. She's the CEO, Hydra Project and Consulting Company. Welcome. What about a little bit of clapping, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of woohoo? Louise Bennett, Lieutenant General Saeed Atta Hasnain, Muno Onuza Ayana. The woohoos are here. Where's my Muna? Sanjana Mohan, Sonia Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, yes. Welcome, Sonia. If you see any of the other speakers, please send them up. We're being... Yeah. My bad. So please. I do request, and my apologies, last but not the least, welcome. Please come, join us. Dr. Kaarthikeyan. So please join us. Advisor, Law, Human Rights, Corporate Affairs from India. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to come together a little bit closer, this would be so great. And we'll make it more cozy in here. Out in the back, should we use the first two rows and come closer in? I don't see any movement happening here. Let's get a little bit of movement. Yes, we do. We see movement. Ladies in the back, would you like to come in the front? We're going to start doing a roll call now. Welcome. Lovely to have you with us. Sanjana Mohan joins us. I'm going to keep clapping, so each one of you give our audience a beautiful It takes a lot to be here, ladies. You know that, and gentlemen. My absolute privilege to initiate this discussion this afternoon. We're talking about understanding global governance, business ethics, and changing geopolitical equations. I call on Arzu Ozyol to come and speak with us. She comes from Turkey. Welcome, ma'am.
I know all of them are very tired, but...
No, we're not. No.
I am coming to speak in these very special occasions, and thank you to Sister Aurora and her team. It is wonderful. Today, changing in geopolitical equations push many national governments to reverse the traditional thinking that strict security measures and state control for ensuring their socio-economic sustainability. Instead, they must realize that socio-economic sustainability and a sense of social inclusion is paramount to improve the security of the region. At times, oil-dependent governments have announced economic reforms when the commodity price has been depressed, but when prices recover, implementation is halted, keeping meaningful socio-economic development an illusion, but reform is more needed than ever before. Current energy policies are critical for the most of the economies all over the world, not only for the Middle East countries. The politicization of oil prices could hurt the shale oil boom in the United States and Canada, especially if there is a sharp drop in value. Half of Chinese population create a demand for the industry-related items, then it causes exponentially growing demand for the energy. Furthermore, Japan's energy demand is going in reverse as energy security. Following the Fukushima case, mutual interaction between the energy demand and energy security has gained more relevance. Although many developed countries are boosting research and development spending on alternative energy sources, the progressive alternative energy policies of Europe still demonstrates that fossil fuel dependency does not disappear overnight. In short, energy politics must change from being divisive to an enabler of sustainable and inclusive economic growth. Due to the globalization, cultural imperialism, and fundamental transformation in conventional geopolitical equation, many new practical issues arise out of the international aspects of business. And so, commerce has become more complicated and dynamic, while organizations realized they needed more guidance to ensure their dealings supported the common good and did not harm the others. In other words, traditional management model was superseded by the new generation managerial approach. And the term of corporate governance has emerged to the context of managerial paradigm. For example, today, most major corporate websites lay emphasis on commitment to promote non-economic social values under a variety of headings. In some cases, corporations have redefined their core values in the light of business ethical consideration. For example, BP's Beyond Petroleum is very famous environmental tilt. On the other hand, the link between sustainable development and corporate governance may not look obvious, but it exists. Companies cannot talk of good corporate governance if they do not act responsibly by balancing social, economic, and environmental challenges, which form the core of sustainable development. In the developed countries, a company that does not meet sustainable development standards is perceived negatively by investors, customers, and other stakeholders. Additionally, they have a risk of losing business license. Corporate governance consists of a set of processes, customs, policies, laws, and institutions to affect the way of managerial process. By implementing the principles of corporate sustainability, especially in business operations and supply chain management, it would be possible to provide a common for partners, a moral code for employees, and accountability measure for critics. Business leaders should also recognize the working with all relevant stakeholders is the key strategy to shatter barriers, increase the odds of success. Consequently, we should embrace that it might not be easy to provide sustainability in business practices because sustainability requires a long-term vision and commitment to ongoing efforts, both to ensure progress and keep pace with a rapidly changing world. But sustainability can also increase revenue, reduce energy expenses, reduce waste expenses, reduce materials and water expenses, increase employee productivity, reduce hiring and attrition expenses, and reduce strategic and operational risk. Furthermore, sustainable business practices may attract talent and generate tax breaks. In short, it is the only way to access the future we want. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for generating that generous amount of information with us. We appreciate it, and you being here. Thank you. I do call upon Dr. D.R. Kaarthikeyan. Sorry to interrupt. Would you like to speak with us? Please, sir. I invite you onto the podium to share your views. Yes, please. That would be wonderful. Yes, would you like this? You look surprised.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, there are many things in life, worth sharing in my long. But now I will only confine myself to the theme, nothing is impossible. Only one short episode in my life I would like to share with you. I belong to the Indian Police Service. I did many things in life and retired as Director of the Central Bureau of Investigation. That is the counterpart of the FBI. My book I was the Chief Investigator of Rajiv Gandhi assassination. The President of India, Dr. Abdul Kalam, when he released my book, he liked a passage. He read out that passage. He said, I liked it because that's true of my life also, he said. That read, nothing is impossible. What is considered impossible takes a long time, enormous effort, and risk. He said, why did you write like that? He asked me. I said, when the former Prime Minister of India, Rajiv Gandhi, was assassinated, 21st May 1991, I was in Hyderabad. I was in the Central Reserve Police Force. The call came from Delhi requesting please take up the investigation because...
So this is our efforts and dedication for empowering women. That this forum will day by day encourage the girls and women to take part in various activities and to encourage the girls to go for higher studies for overall development of the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's fantastic to know all the efforts that are taking place because that's a very sensitive and critical area that we need a lot more work to be happening. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. With that, I invite LaShonda Bracey to speak with us and inspire us with her story. Thank you. She's the CEO of HealthWorks. And a little bit more from her.
I didn't realize I was that tall. Good afternoon, everyone. It's afternoon now, right? I'm here today to talk to you about using your business and having government contracts. No matter where you are in the world, no matter what you do, your governments offer contracts to small businesses. So most of us aren't 9-to-5ers if we are business owners. So I want you to not be a 9-to-5er and be business ready. When it comes to government contracting, anything that's sold in the regular world, anything that's sold to private sector, the government purchases. Our governments all over the world purchase our products and services daily. So the first thing you've got to do is understand and plan. Be ready. Know what your government sells. Know what your different entities sell. I'm from the United States, so there are over 123 agencies that sell and purchase what we buy every day. So for instance, our DOD or our defense organizations purchase training. I own a training company. Our USDA purchases foods and services. So you need to understand what agency you're attracted to is purchasing and how to.
Transparency, integrity. These are things that we have to hold up in place. As I stand here, I'm not standing just as much.
I've been a corporate lawyer for many years, and I'm also an ordained minister. And the analytical ability that it takes to determine what's right or wrong in a court of law, and the spiritual ability that it takes to determine what's right or wrong before God. It's the same job, it's the same skill set, and what I want to do today is to make the case that corporate governance and spiritual governance can be the same thing. One of the cases that stands out in my mind, I probably shouldn't say the name, but I will say that the two major international mining companies in the world, one is headquartered in Spain, the other one is headquartered in Australia. And both of these companies made a major find of very pure, high-grade iron ore in Zimbabwe. And once those two companies began to compete for access to this, they began an epic, legendary even, competition to engage their leadership with the leadership of the country of Zimbabwe. And among the documents that we saw in our legal representation were documents indicating that the company, I keep wanting to say the corporate name and I don't want to get in trouble, the corporation began to wine and dine the governmental leadership in Zimbabwe. They knew the favorite colors of the leadership, their children, their children's friends, expensive gifts, trips, all kinds of accommodations were put forward to the leadership of Zimbabwe so that they could have an opportunity to access the iron ore without paying due compensation. One of the things that really puts the people of any country at a disadvantage is when Western corporations, and we love France, Denmark, Germany, Spain, we love you, but please pay the people in the places where you find these valuable minerals. Build roads, build schools, elevate the people where they are and bring them to a place of true economic parity. Don't go and give a Rolex watch to the president or the president's daughter, and on your way to the governmental palace, drive past the squalor and the poverty and the deprivation. Build the people up. In the country of Nigeria, we recently saw the horrible atrocity of Boko Haram. coming to abduct young girls and hold them hostage. When Boko Haram committed this act, it was purported in the name of preventing women,
which we call system, which was created by the financial crisis of 2008 and 2009.
Working with mothers and babies and helping bring babies into the world peacefully. I'm not a midwife, I'm a soul midwife. So I work helping support the mother and the baby on that journey. And if it's one thing that we all have in common, it's that we were all born. And the way that birth is going now, here in 2017, is really quite scary. So there are places in the world where we are there's division, there's war, there's pain and there's suffering. We might not be able to help all of that change, but that change one little step at a time. We can bring that little piece of light that transforms, that helps. And the way that we do that is what I think is happening here at the conference. We're connecting.
My economy. What we did, we were supporting the small and
our next awardee is Julianne Robertson. Iconic woman creating a better world for all. To accept the honor as an iconic woman creating a better world for all. Let's give her a warm round of applause. We beautifully empowered women. I love this huddle. From Birmingham, UK. Congratulations. This is that moment that I call Muna Onuzo. As an iconic woman creating a better world for all. Muna. Sanjana Mohan. Congratulations, Sanjana, from India. Pleasure to announce Sarah Ross. Congratulations. You are indeed an iconic woman creating a better world for all. Afternoon is Sonia Gandhi. Congratulations, Sonia. Ladies and gentlemen, please step up for a group photograph.
Some make us stop. Some dots reflect religion. Others, a relation.
Ladies and gentlemen, please don't go anywhere. But please do bring your cookies and coffee right into the room. That's okay. Because we're going to start with our next session in 2 minutes. And we're talking about understanding business, globalization, creativity, and innovative leadership. Right now. I love the electricity in this corner. Beautiful. I'm going to check on the speakers for the next session. Do we have Alex in the house? Alex Okoroji. Yes, we do. Cordelia Gona from Zimbabwe. Woo! I can do that. Crystal Y. Davis. Crystal, we have. Actually, come on over, ladies. Let's take a walk. Surinder. Musica. Alex. Inviting on stage, Alex Okoroji. Yes. She is a Nigerian actress and writer. Beautiful, an honor to have you. Inviting Cordelia Gona. Come on, Cordelia, beautiful. She's a digital marketing architect, global business innovations from Zimbabwe. Let's give her a warm round of applause. I call upon next Crystal Y. Davis. Welcome, Crystal, a speaker, coach, and consultant all the way from US of A. Dr. Somdata Singh, Joy Nicole Martinez, Maria Presentin, Monique, I invite Monique and Monique. Monique R. Kennedy, founder of Mohan Design Studio from Jamaica. Let's welcome her. Monique, once again, welcome. Coming all the way from Germany, founder of Please Alex.